now we begin to make a recording. Okay?
Okay.
As the chairperson today, I'm honored to introduce Professor Masami Tateno to you. And Professor Masami Tateno, his Chinese name is馆野正美, was educated in the Nihon University. He got a Chinese philosophy degree there, and then also a Chinese studies master there. And then he went to the Rentiantang University to get a degree in medicine in 2003. Okay, he received many honors from different universities, especially the invited lectureship over the world. He was a former professor from the Department of the Chinese Studies and Graduate School of the Nihon University. He's capable of offering courses in Chinese philosophy, Japanese philosophy, Buddhist philosophy, philosophy of medicine, medical ethics, and Western philosophy, comparative philosophy, philosophy of religion, philosophical mythology, and standard philosophy courses. We can see that he's a very erudite person. He can basically cover both Eastern and Western philosophies. And he is also capable of teaching philosophy and writing in Japanese, Chinese, and English. He's capable of reading philosophical Chinese and Greek and Latin and German and French. Wow, this is marvelous because very few scholars can achieve this. He wrote many books in both Japanese, English, and books and chapters both in Japanese, English, and Chinese. Let me name just a few to you. The one is the Traditional Chinese Medicine and Traditional Japanese Medicine, published in 2014. And the other one is Men and Fate in Ancient China, a history of philosophy of troubles and enlightenment. Also, another book called A Study of Nakagami Kinko's Philosophy of Medicine. And also, his view of ancient Chinese philosophy and many books and articles on Laozi and Zhuangzi. He also published a book in Taiwan, namely a graphical illustration of the thought of Laozi and Zhuangzi. Okay, so from the brief introduction I've made, you can see that he's a very erudite person and wrote many books and articles in this field and achieved global rewards. Okay, so today he's going to talk about Yi Jing and medicine from the viewpoint of philosophy of medicine. Let's welcome Professor Masami Tateno with applause.
Thank you very much. I'm so much pleased to meet you all. Thank you very much. Thank you all, especially my old friend, Professor Wu Zhangliang. Without you, nothing comes up with me today. Thank you very much.
You are always welcome. Okay.
Yes. Today I'm talking about Yi Jing and medicine. Yes. From my viewpoint of the philosophy of medicine. So let's take a look at page 2. Okay. Yes, Yi Jing and medicine is sometimes Yiyi Tungyuan, both intrinsically the same source. So this phrase is well known, very well known and at least heard about it several times, maybe. So this ideas so spread in the history of Chinese philosophy and also Chinese medicine. This is one example. Late Ming Dynasty age, Zhang Jinyue, he wrote a small, great essays. So in the history of Chinese medicine, Chinese philosophy, and Chinese philosopher medicine, and in such kind of philosophy history, it's very famous. And almost all the people, yes, I know it. Maybe answer me, but please. Almost all of them, it seems to me, yes, I understand it's very great, but the great medical only theory applying I Ching symbolism onto it. But from my point of view, slight, small, very small aspects could be added to it. So I will talk about Yiyi Tungyuan, this ideas about it today. Once again to you, please look back the source, the origin of these ideas. So now I'll take the simplest example with which I'd begin. I begin with the simplest example. Okay. When we are ill, what is the most worrying matter of concern? What do you anxious about most? Okay. When you are ill, which is the most worrying matter of concern? What do you anxious about it most? It must be prognosis of the illness, prospects. How can I get well soon, or does it take so long time for me to recover, or something like that? This kind of question is the most worrying matter of concern, isn't it? Prognosis is Greek, pro plus gno. Pro is beforehand. Gno is know in Greek, ancient Greek. So prognosis is how the matter is going on in the future. Something like that, especially in the field of medicine. Maybe in Taiwan also the same. Usually in the field of medicine, we would say prognosis of your disease, or prognosis of the one patient, or something like that. By the way, Gnoti Salton, know yourself, is the, I'm sorry. Know yourself is a very famous ancient Greek aphorism, which that Socrates put an emphasis on it so much. Gnoti Salton, know yourself. But anyway, how my disease will be going in the future is the most important program to me, to you, to everyone. So who can answer your question? Only medicine and the I Ching divination can answer it, isn't it? So this is never the matter of coincidence. Both I Ching and medicine are our wisdom for the future. At least in ancient time, I Ching philosophy and the medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, were two faces, but only one coin. Two faces of one coin, like this. So intrinsically, or fundamentally, they are one, harmoniously according one human progress. So from this kind of viewpoint, not the theory, yin-yang wu-xing theory or wu-yun liu-qi theory or something like that. I don't say those kind of theories. Here, from the point of view, of my point of view, philosophy of medicine, I Ching divination and medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, were originally one thing. This is my point today. Okay, let's begin with a typical story of the Bianjiao in Shiji. Bianjiao is a very famous medical master, medical doctor, yes, in ancient time. Age of that warring states period. Okay, let's see the Bianjiao's story. Bianjiao, I quoted from Shiji. Bianjiao is Qing Yuan. When he was young, he was working at the cottage inn. At that time, he had a guest, Zhang Sangjun. Yes, Zhang Sangjun is a master of medicine. And Bianjiao welcomed him and very sincerely against him. And then Zhang Sangjun also, Bianjiao is not the ordinary person. He's got a good talent, good potentiality. So after 10 or more years, Zhang Sangjun called Bianjiao to him, and then I will give you all my technique skills to you, medical techniques, medical skills, and medical even secrets to you. And then yes, secret books, something like that. He gave those things to Bianjiao and then disappeared. And after that, this is Bianjiao also took some kind of medicine or something like that. It's a symbolical, metaphorical expressions that Bianjiao studied very hard and practiced very hard. And then at last, he could see over the wall. And also, he could see the person over the wall. And also, he can see the disease, fiber organ disease in the body, patient's body. But he couldn't say that, because if he would say so, almost all the people suspicious, and they would sometimes think about Bian Jiao like a swindler, So he couldn't say so. It's because it's not. It's so unusual. So he said he said that like this. He examined the pulse and then named the disease. This is a short story of Bian Jiao. After some of the very hard practice, he could get to the status where he can see the diseases in the patient's body. But he couldn't say that. As I told you, the reason. Almost all the people would be suspicious about him and even think that he's a swindler or something like that. He take some money from me or something like that. So he couldn't say. So, but I should point out a person who is versed in philosophical changes, Bian Yi, is a person who can detect the human future, including their prognosis. Okay? So, yes, itching doctor, you would say, Yi in ancient times. Divination and medicine are just like one. So, itching divination equal traditional Chinese medicine. More specifically, not just the medicine, not medical master like Bian Jiao. Not ordinary doctor could not see the diseases in the body, Yes, I understand. Yes, as I told you, itching, divination, and medical masters, two faces of one coin. To me, this is a true Yiyi Tungyuan, same origin, same source, or intrinsically or fundamentally the same thing. So actually, one of the three most important commentaries on Shiji, Shiji Suoyin, quoted in this Shiji Suoyin, quoted Sima Biao reads, medical examination. Oh, sorry. Here, medical examination. Bian Jiao's medical examination is here. Zhang Ye, itching kind of divination. Sima Biao has been finding out these secrets. So in this commentary, character Chen is itching divination Zhang. I would talk about the pulse symbolism. And so now I won't talk about it so precisely, but pulse symbolism is the symbolism of each in hexagram. Just the same, just the same. So the master, in this case, medicine, master of medicine, can read the dim, slight signs of the pulse, or what is going inside the patient's body. Just the same. I Ching divination, in the I Ching divination, the fortune tellers, master of the I Ching divination can read the symbolism of hexagram. But before then, I should give some details of my viewpoint philosophy of medicine. Please let me have some time. Oh, yes, this is Jejin Mojan. I will talk about symbolism of pulse. Zhong Guan Qi, 3 points, yes. This is left hand. So left hand and 3 points, and the right hand 3 points, 6 points in all. Zhong Guan Qi, 3 points. 6 points pulse symbolism is always taken in traditional Chinese medicine, also in Japan, traditional Japanese medicine, yes. But it's only kind of a symbolism. If he cannot or she cannot read the symbol, it's just a pulse. It's not the symbol of some disease. Okay, now I would like to talk about philosophy of medicine first, before the main topic. I will show you the 鲁旭春秋日中篇 the Wen Ji, medical doctor, medical master of medicine in ancient time, just like Bian Chao. His story is one of the typical story for the philosophy of medicine, but it's only one aspect, not whole, but very typical. So I would show you this story. Okay, let's overview. Story. Okay.
Yes? I cannot hear you.
This is fine. Okay.
Sorry,
So here.
I cannot hear you.
So,
Okay, that's fine.
so
Anything wrong? Professor Tateno, can you hear me? Something wrong with the connection? Can everyone hear it?
can you hear me?
No, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can hear you now, but I cannot see the PowerPoint. Please just wait, everybody. Let's fix the problem. Okay, I see you. I can see you now. Not very clearly. What's wrong? Let's try it again.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can see you now.
Okay, good, good.
I can see you.
Okay. Okay, now PowerPoint.
Now use the small arrow.
Yeah. Can you see the PowerPoint?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Not yet.
Just a second.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me
Yeah, please.
do it. Not yet. It's only one
Yeah.
page. So you have shown the not a PowerPoint. Oh, no, got it. Got it.
I got it. Okay.
I got it. Okay.
Okay.
I got it. Okay.
Can
I
you
got
see and you can
Yes. I
hear?
can see it now. Okay. Good.
You can hear.
No problem.
Okay. 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 I'll talk about my viewpoint, philosophy of medicine, from Lu Shi Chunchu, Ji Pian. Yes. Ji Wang, Ji Wei. Ji Wang got ill. Wei. This is the point. Yes. He got someone to Sun country to invite Wen Zhi. Wen Zhi is a medical doctor. Those days, master of medicine like Bian Chao. And Wen Zhi rider. Okay. Then he saw the king's disease. And then he said to the prince, oh, yes, I can cure him. But when I cure him, he must kill me. And then why? I have to make him angry so much to cure him. So when he got recovered from the disease, he must cure me. And then prince, oh, please, I will ask him so eagerly. So please cure him. So then Wen Zhi, okay, I will cure him at my death. Okay. Then he did so many unpolite things. He said he promised to go to the king's place, but so many times he never appeared. And then he came up with the king's place. He on shoes on it, and then got into the bed and the foot, okay, stamped on the blanket. Then asked the condition, and then king got angry so much, and then when she tried to get out, then tried to make the king angry so much. Okay, then at that time, king so much got angry and got up, and then the disease was cured. And then at last, yes, I'm sorry, so much he was angry, then killed Wen Zhi. But in this short story, what is the way, the disease? What is the king's disease way? Oh, no. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. This way, various views on the body have been divided. Swelling, injury, headache, diabetes, etc. But no one can decide which one is the right answer, because they didn't have any decisive evidence, decisive authorities. But it seems to me that I can answer it from the this philosophy of medicine viewpoint of the philosophy of medicine. The point is, King's disease was cured through his anger. When she tried to make him angry so enthusiastically. When a human being gets angry, then in the brain, there's secret endorphin, endogenous morphine. Endogenous is in the body produced. In this case, precisely in the brain. In the brain produced morphine. Morphine is here narcotic, typical analgesic, pain reliever, painkiller. In Chinese, you would say ma fei. So in the brain, this kind of a drug would be produced, secretes. Then we and the king also got ease. This is the reason why when you try so hard to make him angry to cure this disease way. So this is the reason I can answer it. And the answer is headache, not the injury, diabetes, something like that. From the viewpoint of philosophy of medicine. So this is only one typical, small example of my viewpoints. From this viewpoints, I would talk about the I Ching practitioners. In the I Ching divination, how did they practice it first? Then after that, I will talk about the medicine. So first, I would talk about the I Ching practitioners. Okay. Okay, Daren. It's a I Ching sage like Shanren. He concurred with the TNT and heaven and earth, sun and moon, and also 4 seasons, concurred with them. Yeah, good things, bad things are with holy souls. He got harmonized with them. When he ahead of the heaven, he can concur with it. And behind it, he can follow it. Even 10 could not difference. He could, human beings and also holy souls are also concurred with him. This is I Ching Wenyuan Zhuan. This is a typical sense of unity of the whole universe. It's not just personal opinion or personal feelings. Those who are practicing got this kind of feelings, unity, feeling, sense of unity with heaven and earth. Taran here is master of the I Ching divination, yes, sage. He or she versus the philosophy of changes embodies the secret of the divination. So he or she equal to the reality of the sun, moon, the way seasons are following, etc. And accords with also the great heaven and earth. That is so-called sense of unity with heaven and earth. Yes. So she can give a precise advice for the future, since he or she can the way things going. Therefore, I can assert, yes, that's prognosis in the field of medicine, not only in the field of medicine, but in the field of divination here. Okay. So, this is, oh, no, I'm sorry. Okay, one more example from the I Ching book of the changes. This is I Ching 系子善传. So virtue of the divination sticks, she is a round and exquisite, and that of Kua, a hexagram, is square and to know, and Liao Yao, the meanings is the same. And in this case, this character could be read as telling, tell. So this is the level of kind of not a daily life. It's a kind of a metaphysical level. So it would be expressed round. Round means round leads us to the infinity, and exquisite. But it comes down to our daily life. So it is square. Square means limited, and to know, and to say, to talk. So in some domain, he can or she can get something unusual, something not daily, but true, something true. Trying to talk about it and explain it. So he or she would adopt the hexagram symbolism. So Shanren then performs ablutions. Pure his mind, psyche. Progressive retrogression to the somewhere, some place where the secret of I Ching divination is hiding. Then he would make a ablution to hone up, make up his or her virtue exquisite and miraculous and bright. This is the chapter. In this chapter, the sages purifying the spirit, ablution, purifying the spirit, and ablution. It's a real practice of progressive retrogression of the active withdrawal of consciousness to see the human truth, which is hidden in the deep level of human psyche, unconscious level of human psyche. Then each sage plunges himself or herself into the profound level of unconsciousness and attain the human truth by himself, herself, and convey the true purpose of the life that is in the I Ching described E. I'll talk about it after this. Of I Jo Yi, this one. And in I Ching Xi Zi Shan Zhuang, you say Shi Bu Jin Yan, Yan Bu Jin Yi. E of this E, yes. But for now, I should illuminate the practice of self-cultivation, or especially abdominal respiration, from my viewpoint, philosophy of medicine. Yes, abdominal respiration, abdominal breathing. Before then, please think about our breathing. Usually we are breathing very naturally, automatically, almost unconsciously, right? But when sometimes, we can make it slow, or slow and long, or make it short, or sometimes we can stop it for a little while. It is under our will. So respiration, breathing, is the both breathing belongs to two different muscle system, nervous system. One is autonomic nervous system, involuntary muscle. The other is the somatic nervous system, voluntary muscles ones. So under the somatic nervous system, we can stop, we can make it long, we can make it short, fast. And usually under this autonomic nervous system, we are breathing very naturally, without any consciousness, unconsciously, right? So we can say muscle system, nervous system, two nervous system, autonomic nervous system and somatic nervous system, two different nervous system. One is to unconsciousness, the other is consciousness, two consciousness, and two different systems. Between two different systems, the respiration, especially abdominal, long and deep respiration, breathing, is like a bridge. Connect the two different nervous system. So this is usually usual consciousness. This is our heart, mind, okay? Usually we are thinking about something in this level of reason. But we have also unconsciousness level, psyche. So missing link, I would call it missing link, respiration, breathing. To practice physically, then make the level of unconsciousness deep and deep. Then we would make even a part of unconsciousness bright, where our true self is hiding. In the ancient time, those philosophers or thinkers knew these secrets. So in China, they put the qi emphasis on it, put an emphasis on qi so enthusiastically, so eagerly. So everyone talked about qi. This is the reason why qi is so important. This is a key word of a connection or make the conscious level deeper to the unconscious level. So they found it, and then so they talk about it so eagerly. But it is not only in China, but also, in Zen, Buddhism, or even Buddhism, Buddhism, yoga, or in, Socrates and Plato. It seems to me they knew it, because Socrates kind of did the kind of a meditation to against the rising sun in the early morning, and he said that I can hear the sound of daimon. That's the sound from his unconscious level. And so, yes. So, martial arts and the same, and the Tao or Lao Tzu and Zhuangzi, all the same. So please, for the further detail, please read my books on this point. This is Japanese version. This is Taiwan version. I'm not sure you can find it in the bookstore, but you might be able to find it in the library in your university. So, okay. So this is important practice of abdominal breathing. Not only by Lao Tzu, by Zhuangzi, by Yogi and Zen Buddhism, those almost all the practitioners practiced this kind of self-cultivation. Just the same in the I Ching Shanren sages. Also, I would point that the same practice was done by those in the field of traditional Chinese medicine. along this only 4 characters sentence, 医就医。Also, this phrase well known. The secret of medicine is concealed in the master's mind psyche. On this theme, I would point out the I Ching sages and the master of the traditional Chinese medicine, just the same. So only 2 I would point out today. One is Guoyu. Guoyu, in the statement in the late Han Dynasty. Emperor called him Guoyu, asked the question, situation, and then Guoyu answered, Yi is Yi. Meridian is so subtle, so I have to trail the stream of qi and perform my expertise. The acupuncture points are so specific, so even the slightest difference brings about mistakes. So the secret is hiding in my mind and hands. Mind, this means, you know, this is my hands. My hands remember it, not the knowledge, you know, not the knowledge in my brain. My hand directly remembers the secrets, especially acupuncture points. So I can understand by myself, but I can't talk about it. Can you remember the Lao Tzu's saying, Tao, Ge Tao? The Tao, I can say, is not the true Tao. He says like this. So Guoyu's was my hands on. My hands on. I can understand it in my mind, but I can't talk about it. The secret of medicine is embodied himself, so he couldn't talk about it. Not to mention, the Ichi masters attained and they have just the same philosophical and medical states. And that is a Tao, Lao Tzu, and Chuang Tzu is just the same. So Lao Tzu said like that, and also Chuang Tzu, he wrote so many stories, you know, like Dream of Butterfly, like mythology of Huntun, so many stories he wrote. But at last he said, you know, all are my Wang Yan, not true. So don't believe it. He said like this, Chuang Tzu said. But anyway, they couldn't talk about it. They knew it, okay? One more example. This is Xu Yinzhen, the story of Xu Yinzhen. He was, yes, 10 dynasty in 6 dynasties ages. Someone asked, talk to him, your medicine skills like a god. And then why don't you write a book for the future? And he answered, Yiyi, the secret of medicine is in my mind, only in my mind. So just like me, human beings or men and women has this kind of the stream of thoughts. It is hidden, and also the signs of paths are very dim, so very difficult to distinguish. Secret in my mind, only my mind, my body, I can, I mean, when I embody it and then understand. So I cannot talk about it the word through the word from my mouth. And then ancient masters are the same, and then know the disease. So I cannot write any books. He said like this. Shuin talk about the secret medicine is in this case particularly on paths, but the crucial point is all the same. The gist of medicine has to be acquired by practitioners respectively. So he said, I just can't write. All the same, the Ichin sages attained. So, conclusion. As I talked about it, yes, in the history of Ichin commentaries, Ichin scholarships, we have great works on about it. Yiyi Tungyuan, I respect it. It's really great. But from my point, today, please allow me to say that from my point of view, I can truly say Yiyi Tungyuan medicine and Ichin divination, philosophy of Ichin divination is fundamentally truly the same, just like two faces of one coin. Ichin sages equal medical masters in ancient time. So those days, as I told you, Uyi, like a Uyi, they didn't distinguish. They didn't distinguish. Oh, he is an Ichin divination fortune teller, and he is medical doctors. Just the masters, same. Both of them, through the physical practice, embodies the status of to see the future, true future, human future, or human truth. So only today, please allow me. This is the true Yiyi Tungyuan. It seems to me like this. Thank you very much. 谢谢大家.
Thank you so much for Professor Tateno's very important speech on this important issue. Now I would like to ask you to deliver some questions or raise some questions to Professor Tateno.
Please.
Anything that you feel unclear that wants to be discussed, just raise your hand or just speak. It's okay. Any questions? Professor Tateno has written many books and articles on this issue, including Chinese medicine, I Ching, and Laozi and Zhuangzi. He's a real expert on this issue, so we should take opportunity to ask him about this very important issue in Chinese science, history of science, or history of thought. Any question? I would like to allow me to ask a few questions. Okay, probably in the beginning. Okay.
Oh, please.
Okay, thank you. Professor Tateno, could you tell me, because you emphasis on divination, right? Divination in the Western history, okay, means something, a special gift or talent to see things in advance through an unknown channel, right? So I see that's probably the reason why you use the divination to describe the Chinese medicine. But in Bian Chue's case, he says when he drinks the medicine, okay, he can see the inside of the bodies. So that means he can see it, okay. And in other cases, when we say 诊脉, 诊脉, usually we can see, feel signs. So there are signs connected with the disease or with the future. Also, we can see so-called, if the Bian Chue can see the inside of the body, then of course he can see what's the cause of the disease. So I'm a little hesitant to say that, you know, this is also could be called divination because he can see inside. And some other people like Chang Gong, okay, he can feel the pulse. So the connection between the pulse and the disease, or the inside of the body with the disease, is more concrete. So may I ask you why you use the divination to describe this process?
Answer it in one word, and both divination and medicine, especially like Bianjiao, both can see something which unseen usually in the body, disease in the body, or something in the future. Both. Yeah.
That's why. Common people cannot see, but he can see.
Yes.
Okay, that's why I use divination.
But yes, he's got almost all of them would be got some hesitate to say I can see because they would conscious suspicious about me. So I can't say he thought like this. Then I can take pulse, or I can see the hexagrams or something like that.
I see.
So just like a fan bian
Okay.
in Buddhism.
Okay. So even in Chang Gong's case, okay, Chang Gong can feel the pulse. Okay.
Chang Gong is a is he a medical doctor?
Yes. He's also a medical doctor. Yes. And okay, because Bian Chue is different in that he can see the inside of the body that other people cannot see. So that's why you call him divination. I understand that. Okay, but how about the Chang Gong or other Chinese doctors? They say that they can really feel the pulse, and it's not mysterious to them because they feel that you practice for a long time, then you can connect the symptoms of the pulses with the disease. Very precisely. In that case, would you still call them divination or?
Oh, you mean Changgong's case?
Or many Chinese doctors proclaim that they can make precise connections between the pulses, the symptom pulses with different diseases. So in that case, although people without practitioner cannot do that, but people with practitioner can do it. So would you still call it divination or something else?
So far, I can't talk about each Changgong masters one by one, but in generally, I could say, through some kind of a practice, one would get some secret to do something. Usually, men cannot do it. Like I'll take one example. Do you know martial arts?
Yes.
Kuki nage, air throw. In Japanese expression, kuki nage, air throw, which is he didn't touch the other opponent's body, but he can throw away the opponents, even very bigger and very heavier and very taller than him.
Like
master can throw away without any power, without any speed, very easily. That's one master's skill. Okay, air throw. We have one secret. The master should have some secrets to throw away the opponent without any power or energy.
Yes.
And then the master must know it, but I don't know. But I can understand he's got something, right? Then the master, after the very severe long years practice, he got something secrets to throw away the opponent's kuki nage, air throw. But someone with the same talent and the same practice would be get some status. The same status would be. In this kind of situation, divinations and Changgong masters, divination fortune tellers, in this status, I could say the same status to see the future or in the body, something usually men cannot see them.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I personally believe that there are connections between the I Ching and the medicine and Taoism. I believe that. Okay.
Okay.
I believe that because, for example, in Analects, Confucius says, if the people does not have the perseverance, then he could not be the so-called Wu Yi. 人而无恒，不可为巫医。巫医 means the witches, okay, and Yi means the doctor, and the witches and doctors were connected in Confucius' time, because I believe that they are both trying to see things that are very difficult to see. Something maybe something mysterious or even divine to other people, so that but both the Wu and Yi can see it. And Wu, of course, are connected with Yi Jing, Yi connected with the doctor. So there are some secret connections between Wu and Yi, that's for sure. And as you have pointed out, that the Taoist and the Yi Jing and the Chinese doctor use similar language to describe those the so-called unspoken word. The word which is difficult to describe, impossible to describe. So they must know something through some different way. And now I think you are trying to describe what this way is, okay? What's the secret of their special knowledge, right? And you use the term, for example, divination or the qi, okay? You use the qi. And I think they are connected. They are connected because qi, of course, is very important. We have to feel. In Zhuangzi, he says, you should not listen with your ear. You should not even listen with your mind, heart. You should listen with the qi. So with the qi, can you feel the secret behind it? And of course, when you listen with qi, you cannot use words to describe it. It's beyond words. That's for sure. And so it's very interesting, very important to talk about this issue. I think there are many secrets in it. You can inquire into it. Now I would like to welcome more questions. Okay. Please raise your hand or raise a question, no matter in words or in written form. That's fine. You just write it down if you don't want to. If you
so just as you said, Professor Wu Zhangliang, I am only forward one step or 1 step and a half now from my point of view. So my way is so long away, you know. I have so long way rest. Yes.
Don't say so. Don't say so. You have written so many books and articles on this. You have known a lot on this issue. You are a true expert on it. So it's
Thank you very much. Thank you very too much compliment. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, my friend.
I would say you can also raise questions in Chinese or Japanese. Professor Tateno, of course, can understand that and can also help to translate. Okay.
Please. Yes.
Raise question in Chinese. That's no problem. Any questions? Okay.
So if you write a comment in Chinese, I can read Chinese.
Yeah.
It's also okay.
One other questions, okay?
Please.
When you talk about the case of morphine, right? You can
morphine.
Morphine. That is I forgot which. What is that? Okay, the king's disease, the Wen-Chen. It's interesting to interpret this disease in this way. But could it be interpreted from the other point of view? Because there are some records in the history of Chinese medicine that you can make one anger or make one cry, so that he can release the qi inside. If you can release the accumulated qi inside, then he could get well. Because all the disease, maybe from the Chinese medical point of view, is caused by the some overloaded or accumulated qi which cannot go through. If let the qi go through, then the disease could be cured. Could it be interpreted in that way?
Yeah. That's one theory. And in this case, Wenqi, he did know the situation, but if he would be asked, why, doctor, can you treat his disease or something like that question, then he would answer like this, Professor, you said, like you said. But if it were the other doctor beside Wenqi, who is skilled, who had the skill of medicine, a medicine drug, then he took some drug, or the other doctor who familiar with acupuncture, he could cure the king's disease through his skills of acupuncture, and then give them just like the same explanations on about it. Yes.
Okay.
Through my acupuncture, my needle get out the qi of anger or disease. Then I could cure him or something like that. Yes. So your understanding is quite agree with you. You understand right to me. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Me too.
Then, as for this very important term in your speech, that is 医者易也, right? May I ask you again, how do you interpret the word 易? 易. Okay.
Yeah. 医者易. Yeah.
In the mastermind. Okay.
Yeah.
You emphasize on the so-called unspoken knowledge.
That's right.
That's what you emphasize. I think that's correct. There's no problem about that because it's beyond the description of words.
That's right.
But
that's
on
right.
the other hand, I saw some, I would say, notes or illustration of this term, which says, okay, there are so-called pattern or principles or so-called ways behind the disease. So there are some, we call it 理学的理. Okay, so because there's one note about 医者易也, it says that because the so-called way and the pattern or the way or the grain of the disease, okay, could only know by the mind. So that's why we use the term 易. So I think the 易 has probably two ways to interpret it. One is
that's right.
The other way is the so-called 凑理 here, right? He also used the 理, this 理, the 理, 凑理治为. So there are some unspoken way or grain or pattern of the disease that I can feel, I can know, but I cannot use words to express. It only exists in my mind and my hand because my hand can feel it. Can I interpret it in that way?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're 100% right. It seems to me. 易也 has at least two or more meanings. So when we would interpret it into these modern modern English or modern words,
Okay.
modern language, yeah, we have to take so many meanings on it at one time. So it's a little bit quite a jab, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, you're quite very, yes, quite right, yes.
So understand, because in this speech you emphasize on the unspoken part, the uncommon part of like a divination, like the knowledge that nobody can, that is impossible to express. So,
yeah.
So that's why you emphasize on this part. That's what
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Understand. Okay, great.
I
got it.
Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay. And any other questions? Another question. Please, Forrest Liang, please, just speak.
Thank you, Professor, for the nice speech. I got a question. That is, the term 医易同源 was invented by Zhang Jiebing in Ming Dynasty. However, healers before Zhang Jiebing never found the relationship between Yi and Yi. Like the biographies of famous healers like Bianque and Hua Tuo never mention about Yi Jing. How come Bianque and Hua Tuo and other famous healers never found the connection, or they have found the connections, but they were forbidden to tell us? So I wish Professor can tell us more about this. Thank you.
So what point should I talk about? Could you repeat it once again?
I mean, the healers, the famous healers before Zhang Jiebing never found the connection between Yi and Yi, or have they found the connections, but they could not tell us because they were forbidden. Like the slides you
and maybe
show,
also
show
that
us.
She said the Hua Tuo and the Bianque did not mention Yi Jing. Why is that?
Excuse me?
She said why Bianque and Hua Tuo, the two most famous doctors in Chinese medical history, did not mention Yi Jing.
Yeah. Those days, yes, those days, there's no distinction between each master and each divination master and medical master of medicines. So there's no distinction between them. They were just masters.
I think one way to explain this is maybe we do not have enough records about their connection between the doctors and the Yi Jing. But however, as you have explained, they use very similar mode of thinking. Their knowledge, their mode of thinking or their knowledge are quite similar in many ways, especially from the perspective of the philosophy of medicine. Number two is that almost every Chinese, especially in the Han Dynasty, have read educated literati. So as long as they can be a doctor, okay, they must know something about Yi Jing and Taoism. So I think in this speech, you just point out that we call the inner connections between Taoism, Yi Jing, and
that's right. That's right. Yes. So like Lao Tzu and Chuang-Tzu, they are recluse, hidden from the ordinary persons, and then fortune tellers and medical doctors also have some special talents, and then usually person, ordinary person, it seems to me they did not like them. They felt something suspicious on them, and then yes, as Professor Wu talked about it, there's a little records, nor they didn't see them directly. Sometimes, very in some situation, very confused, very hard luck, like Chiwang made some person to invite the Wenchi or someone like that. But usually they felt something suspicious, so they didn't like them. So therefore there's a little records on about them. Then yes, that's right. Like Professor Wu said, we cannot distinguish it so clearly. We cannot clarify it. Something like that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Any other questions? Thank you so much. Any other question? Please don't hesitate. Any other questions?
Oh, before then, please let me say thank you. Thank you, Xiaojie, for asking me the question. Thank you, Xiaojie.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Okay, great. Yeah. Okay, Hebing, please.
Thank you, professors. And I want. Can you hear me? Hello. Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Okay, we can hear you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. My question, I understand what you said, and it's a very interesting and a good speech. But I want to ask that here, both the I Ching and the traditional medicine, it seems there's so many things cannot explain very clearly, or in the what we use in the scientific way to explain everything. So my question, both the witchcraft or the traditional medicine, what the relationship between them and the modern medicine? So are they same, or are they just in the different way to explain the same thing, or are they totally different? Because here you emphasize about the 医者易也, and there's something and you cannot talk about it. But in the modern medicine, we try to explain everything, and I feel it seems like a different way. And I want to ask, could you please explain about the relationship between those two? Thank you very much.
Thank you for asking me. That's a very important point. That's a very important point. So I would say, these days it's not just the same in the situation in that in ancient time. Yes, everything's so changed so much. These days we have our own modern medicine. Yes, that would be okay. But please never forget the philosophy of medicine. Without philosophy, medicine is reckless, Without medicine, philosophy is powerless. So we have to remember all the time the philosophy in medicine, or more, I would say philosophy of medicine should be remembered. I don't say just the same things would be should be done in this modern world. Never can I do. But please never forget the philosophy. we need the philosophy in the medical field. Almost all the, I'm sorry, only today, please allow me. Almost all the medical doctors are forgetting the important philosophy. It seems to me, I'm sorry, but this is a case, this is a fact. So yeah, this is my answer to you. How about you?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you
very much. I think both the spoken and unspoken word are important. The modern word emphasizes on the spoken word, but unspoken word are also very important through our experience. It's just a small comment. Thank you so much. Any other comments? That's why philosophy is still very important. Okay. Any other question? Okay, if there's no questions, since the time is up, so let's say thank you to Professor Tateno, and thank you everyone for joining this lectureship. I wish you all enjoy this wonderful speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And our society is going to hold this kind of lectureship in the future. Welcome. You are always welcome.
Oh, here. Okay. Could you, may I take a screenshot?
Sure. You can take a screenshot.
So,
of course.
could you make all the people in one?
Okay, I'll do that.
Oh, yeah, please. Yeah.
I'll do that. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Here we are. Please don't leave now. Originally, we have almost 30.
I would take a screenshot. Thank you. I got it.
Okay. Wonderful.
Thank you, Professor Wu Zhanjiang.
Thank you so much.
Bye for now. See you again.
See you again. See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you, everybody.
Bye-bye all. Bye-bye
Thank
all.
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you all. See you.